ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing today? Oh, no way. Am I good? Oh, hey, we're back. That's so funny. Okay, my internet actually went out for a minute. Wow. Okay. I think I need to fix my chat. Hang on. Let me fix this really quick. Give me a second. Do. We good? We good? Okay. Let me know in the chat if you can see and hear me. I'm just gonna keep going. We had a brief intermission, a little technological mishap, I'll call it, but I think we're good now. See, yes, hear, no. You guys can't hear me at all? You guys can't hear me at all. Okay, you hear me. Good. Dang. All right, let's get into it. Cool. The universe tried to stop him, but no one could silence the fractal Farquad. Bitcoin currently trading at $93,991.01. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Get a little zoom action. Go on the 12-hour. There we go. Okay. We've got 94,840. Gosh, that's huge. 94,840. Look at how big this cloud is. I talked about it briefly, but I didn't think it was going to be this big of a deal. Today is technically the first day back for a lot of people. Like a lot of people that were on vacation for the holidays. And we're kind of seeing that in the liquidation heat map right now for sure. Did I get that one? 97,934. Okay. And then down below, we've got 93,473. And the very bottom. I can't believe I disconnected and then reconnected like a whole minute later. That's kind of epic. 89,371. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had clouds this big on either side. It's usually like very, very small, very tight. Bitcoin looks amazing. We are overbought on the 4-hour time frame, but don't let that fool you. Number go up. We have our lower trend line here, which is previous upper trend line, previous lower trend line. It was support, 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 break, resistance once, twice, 3 times, and then the 4th time we've officially broken above it. Holding above it, gonna be kind of a big deal, I think, but we are incredibly overbought, so we got to be careful. I'm not sure what could save us from that, besides the fact that Bitcoin maybe doesn't care. What's going on, G Immortal, Tom Selleck, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn, and Tishu? Appreciate you guys. Tishu said we back to number go up. We are. Yo, so I can sell Bitcoin higher than Jordan today? Probably. It might be a little messed up, but I will thoroughly enjoy if everything skyrockets from here and all the people that were like really cocky and sidelined just miss completely. That to me is max pain, like truly missing out. I don't want them to miss out on the entire run because I do believe that that would cause like everlasting psychological damage. So I'm not trying to like scar these people for life. Little slap on the wrist, you know. Don't sell your Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's like, don't sell your Bitcoin. That's such a creepy visual. Bitcoin dominance taking a big fat dump. This is exactly what we like to see. 59.5 rejected. Hell yeah. Are we going to break below 59 and plummet? Hopefully. I'm going to cut to silver really quick because silver's turning heads. We have our initial breakout to the upside, and then it seems to have some resistance at 77. This is frightening me for silver. I talked about this yesterday, and I don't want this to be the case. And I don't know if it's going to be the case. I don't say this with any confidence whatsoever, but confidently in crypto, I know whenever we have any kind of wedge, flag, anything like that, the first breakout is always a false breakout. So if you want the number to go up like we usually do, you want it first to break to the downside, and then it'll probably fake out and get back in your range and then break to the upside. And it tricks a lot of people, even when it occurs so frequently. My concern here with silver is that it's a similar concept. We're getting our initial breakout, and it's a false breakout, and then it's going to dump. And I don't want that to happen. I do have shorts on silver open, which are underwater right now. So I would benefit, but I don't think that would be good for anything. That's like a hedge. The short is a hedge. I would much rather silver just skyrocket. So what I would want to see here is if we are truly rejecting 77, I would want to see 74.30-ish hold. Just 74 in general, we'll call it. And then that support bounce, continuation to the upside. That, I think, would be the best case scenario if we are truly rejecting 77. But we'll see what happens. Tom Selleck said, I'm right there with you. I do want to laugh at Jordan when he buys back in. Did he sell? I haven't watched Jordan in so long. I don't know if I've seen any of his static videos. He was a live streamer, dude. I used to love the live streams. I really did. It was like hanging out with the boys, you know. Anyways, Bitcoin, 93,971 and 13 cents. Seemingly having trouble getting above 95, so we'll see what happens. I like that we're above our yellow trend line. We do have a concern with the 4-hour RSI being overbought, but all we got to do is chop sideways, I guess, and cool that off. We do have a red dot in the momentum wave pointing to the downside. Money flow is still positive since December 19th, so we're in a good spot. We do have a CME gap still. CME gap at 89,995 from Friday. So I don't know if that's got to fill. If it does, people are probably going to freak out. Because it took us a long time. Took us most of December to break above this 90K level. So if we go back down and touch it, people are going to lose it. They're going to lose their minds. It is quite poetic that it's right at that level, though. ETH. Good God. My laptop is exploding. ETH is currently trading at 32.25. ETH looks really good here. We're above 31.75. Hold above 3K. Very strong. I guess next stop for ETH is 33.66, isn't it? Or maybe even just slightly above. Then we can get our little Adam Eve double bottom action and explode the upside from that. That actually looks really good for that. We got higher low. Beautiful setup here. So we'll see what ETH ends up doing in the longer term time frame. Shorter term, 4-hour, we are overbought on the RSI. Volumes trickling back into the space. Or actually kind of just got dumped on the space today, which is great. We got a big fat chunk of volume candles. Green dot on the momentum wave. Still in play. Money flow's been positive since January 1st. So as of right now, it does seem like number go up for ETH as well. Solana's up 0.15% since the daily close. We got a break above our... So this neckline, I pointed out every single time. This purple line right here goes all the way back to as far as August 2024. We had this inverse head and shoulder. 1, 2, 3. The head actually touching our lower trend line of our... We had a big fat wedge right here, which we extended the lines down. And then we actually broke out, rejected our upper trend line, retested our neckline, and that support retest sent Solana to new all-time highs. So the two blue lines and the purple line are very, very relevant when it comes to Solana's price. And right now, we are sitting right below that upper trend line. We got a break above our purple neckline, support, bounce, and now we're trying to break through that upper trend line. What's going on, Derek? Tom Selleck said sold 80% after the 50 break and said he'd probably be selling the rest when we retest the 50. He's very much a bear now. He might be right. He might end up being right, guys. But right now, number go up. So I'm gonna enjoy it. SWE is just ripping right now. Absolutely ripping. This thing is up 18% and like within the last 12 hours. In the last like few days, 43%. Derek, Derek's submitting a daily close, guys. Derek, we are not doing a daily close contest today. I appreciate you though. We missed it. It's usually 7 p.m. Look at this volume. Look at this spike in volume coming into Sweet. What is going on? Liquidity has returned. The post-Christmas New Year's liquidity is back. Solana. RSI not quite overbought. Actually, it is. It is overbought at the moment. We're kind of dancing around in and out of overbought. Almost looks like it's consolidating with that moving average, which is interesting. We got 2 confirmed red dots on Market Cipher, both of which I think are since invalidated. Money flows positive since January 1st. So let's see if we end up either rejecting and maybe we get a midpoint retest of around 134 and use that as a support bounce to get above our upper trend line. Or maybe we do the weird linger and then eventual break thing in a couple of weeks. I don't know. But it looks good. Total 3 looks amazing right now. Currently sitting at 911.79 billion. Tish, you said I was right about being bullish on 0.24 STX and did not buy. Damn it. Dang. What? Yes. Find coupons. $911.44 billion. Oh, $911.5 billion. Total crypto market cap. We're above 900, which is awesome. We kind of blasted right through that, no problem. Tom Selks Code said we had 3 years of negative Santa rallies, first time ever. So 883. Yeah, look, it was resistance for the longest time. We finally got above that. This 910 is a midpoint, I think. Yeah, between 883 and 939. We are incredibly overbought on the 4-hour time frame. We got a confirmed red dot back here that doesn't really mean anything because we blasted right past that. I mean, I hope we can go to 939. It seems a little bit of a stretch right now, but usually when you are entering it, even just a little bull trend in a bear market, the TA doesn't really matter. The numbers just go up. So that's possible for what's happening right now, especially it being January and the beginning of Q1. So we'll keep an eye on it. We're incredibly overbought. Let's see what happens. ADA up 1.16% on the day since the daily close, currently trading at 42.60. We got above 42, which is awesome. That was my bearish retrace target way back, probably in October, actually. Or I think this is October. Probably in October. Maybe even back here. It might have been a June thing. Because I think I remember seeing this in October, and I was like, oh, that's old. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. We had a bear flag that we kind of broke bullish out of, which is awesome. Whenever you invalidate bearish patterns, it's usually pretty violent opposite reaction. So 42.64, getting above 50, I think is going to be a big hurdle for ADA. So let's see this volume tick up. Let's see this RSI cool off. We got a green dot of the momentum wave. Money flow is positive. Everything looks good. It's the scale is definitely tipping on the side of bullish. So let's see that continue. Snack is up 6.68% on the day. Let's go. Currently trading at 0.0012737. I told you guys anything below 1, I was accumulating dramatically, and I did that. And I'm pretty happy with it so far. I do still want to see it get at least above 2. Because losing that was incredibly sad. Our year of the snack price is actually 3, so the year of the snack open and close was a bust. We actually lost, where is January 1st? Right here. So we essentially lost 70%. The year of the snake was a negative 70% net loss. So definitely don't pay attention to the Chinese zodiac when you're trying to trade. uh, Tishu said XCN is back being super volatile. Yeah, somebody mentioned that. I guess I don't really need to pull it up on CoinMarketCap. Let's go take a look. Somebody mentioned that, I think yesterday when we looked at it. I keep pulling up the wrong one. I don't know why there's so many fugly charts of this thing. Okay, it's above 70. That's awesome. So my argument every time somebody brings this up is to go to the daily and just zoom way out. Which I guess it's not awful, but it's pretty god awful. So if we go XCN, the snake shedded his skin, right? Yeah, hopefully he's in good shape, all refreshed and ready for the year of the horse. XCN, yeah, they have unlocks. We went over this as well. I don't know if they unlock like every day or something. Something I'm sure happens to cause it to spike. Maybe it literally just reaches like zero trading volume, and then somebody's like, "Oh, let's pump this coin again." It's up there with Jasmine when it comes to like the weird whiplash volatility. I don't have anything inherently against it. I just know that they have token unlocks, and that's essentially a printing mechanism indefinitely. And people are like, should I, you know, full port my life savings into this? It is a gamble, but I mean, it does pretty consistently go up. So full porting your life savings into this, if you would have done that right at this exact moment, it's a timing thing. Then yes, you would in fact be up. You know, you would have doubled your life savings, but there's also a chance that you do that up here and you're still down over 50%, you know? You want to lose half your life savings? So you got to be careful. Right now it looks great. And it might be a catch, honestly. This might continue to go up. That would be awesome. Personally, there's not enough structure here for me to justify myself buying any. But it does seem like a fun hold to like randomly. You could probably literally just buy it below a penny and set a sell order above a penny and consistently win. It does seem to have that much of a reach for some reason. Can we see light? Yes, we can. Let me take a look at night really quick, and then we can take a look at night. Night currently trading at 0.085786. So we kind of reached the apex of this triangle here, and we broke out to the downside, which I just got done talking about this. The first move, false move scenario. Issue that I have with this specific is we are pretty much just chopping sideways out of the triangle. So if it does, you know, go up later, I guess maybe that could be a win if it happens that fast. If it gets anywhere past this point and it goes up, I'm going to rule this entire triangle just kind of void and useless. But we'll keep an eye on it. It might retest 75. It might blast to the upside. This might be the fake out of the downside. Your momentum wave does have a green dot, and you do have positive money flow. Just recently flipped positive. Your momentum wave almost oversold. So there's definitely upside potential. Your RSI is also consolidating. It looks very uniform too, though. I don't want to sit here and, you know, point fingers and make accusations, but it seems like they might have a trading bot creating volume for this, which is what everyone does. All the Solana coins do that and stuff too. So I don't blame them if they do. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Jay Shear, sup family? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Jay Shear 2.0. Appreciate you. Smash the like button. Fahid said light. Let's go take a look at light. Light. BitLight Labs. MXC. Okay. So there's nice grind up and then a spike down. Grind up, spike down. Is this the right one, Fahid? BitLight Labs. Yeah, it's got to be. Okay. So I don't hate it because it launched way down here at 20 cents and it's at 63 cents right now. So there are people taking profits. I'm assuming it's got really low volume, which is why it's so volatile like that. Let me see. Number 640. Market cap 27 million. Okay, so it's a low cap, like micro cap. I do like micro caps. We're going to do a whole micro cap stream soon, I think, because that's where you got the opportunity to make some big boy money. It's a lot of fun. Volume 13 million. See, the volume's not that bad compared to the market cap. 21,000 holders. I don't know. I don't know why it's that volatile. Top holder. Oh, this is a little funky. Top holder holds 78%. The top 10 hold 97%. That's not great. Unless you can show me somewhere that where these are proven like liquidity contracts, I'm not a fan of the distribution. Only 10% of it is circulating as well. Interesting. So there's 420 million, but only 43 million is circulating. Where's the... They don't have an unlock schedule on CoinMarketCap, so I don't know where to find that. They have a website? I'm so glad it's not white. I can't stand the all-white websites. Make Bitcoin smart? Okay. Catalyze the potential Bitcoin Lightning Network ecosystem. Establish advanced build. Supercharge Bitcoin journey as a lightning strike. BitLight wallet. Distinction. Okay. Where is the distribution? Founded in... Okay, the concept was 2016, 17 through 19. Cool. Faucet, so I can just have some for free. Ooh. Nope. That's completed. 21 million. RGB. Is that different from light? Airdrop, asset registry. Okay, here we go. Your light airdrop. Let there be light to connect your BitLight wallet and BNB. Okay. Maybe they just gave a bunch of it away. I'm not seeing anything anywhere that shows me how much they have circulating and what the release schedule is. So I would want to know that before really making any decision on it. But I do like that it's for a couple months actually traded consistently above its launch price, but it does seem to be very much like they get the price up and then the holders sell. Price up, holders sell, price up, holders sell, price up, holders sell, over and over again. That, you know, top 10 holders with 97% of the supply are kind of just using the new buyers as a bank account, from what I can see. That's my first impression. XRP, up 0.68. XRP had an amazing day. We have a falling channel here, like a descending channel, and we talked about this the whole time it was happening. There's a lot of lines on the chart, so I apologize for that, but those are all points of confluence based on previous price action. We are incredibly overbought at the moment. The volume looks amazing. Look at how nice the volume looks. XRP and Solana ETFs are the only two. So there's, right now, as far as I'm aware, the four main big altcoin or crypto ETFs are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. And Bitcoin and Ethereum are both net negative for outflows. And Solana and XRP are net positive inflows, which is pretty awesome. So people like XRP and they like Solana, and they're showing that with their wallet. Derek said, remember back when people thought ICP was good? I remember. Dude, ICP, people still talk about it like it's God's gift to altcoin holders. And you got a bad taste immediately. It like launched in the top 10, which you can manipulate. Like I can launch a coin right now, and I can like make a bot that distributes like 99% of the coin to a bunch of different wallets to make it look like, oh, there's 40,000 holders, and none of them sell. And then Fahid comes in and he buys $10, and Tom Selleck Scope comes in and buys $10. Then there's no more circulating supply. The price skyrockets because, we had whatever sell orders and no buy orders, and they just smashed market buy, and then all of a sudden our market cap is several hundred billion, and we're in the top 10. That's what ICP did. That's literally what they did. That's also what Ohm did, and that's why Ohm plummeted 90% in a day because they were like leveraging their I don't remember what it's called, their treasury funds with like time locks. It was really sketchy what everyone was. I can't believe it, dude. It blows my mind. And people are still surprised when this stuff happens. Unfortunately, you have to do deep dive research, which sucks, but then you don't get rugged. G Mortal wants to take a look at Pepe and Shib. 2Fix said XRP did 60 million today with ETF. That's awesome. Yeah, dude, XRP. I'm glad they're finally getting their patience paid off. XRP is the ultimate example of patience paying off. So many people were in denial. They're like, it's not going to happen. You guys are stupid idiots. And they like made it a joke. And now look at it. It's $2.36. It was the only performers that actually was positive in 2025. And it had an amazing 2024 from what I remember. It's pretty cool. What am I looking at? I am looking at Pepe and Shib. Okay. Pepe. Why is this at market cap? Binance. There we go. Jeez, this thing blew up. 70% in the green. 697. Look at that volume. Wow. Look at how crazy this is. You got December 20th, nothing. Everyone's on vacation. Nobody's thinking about Pepe at all. They're enjoying their time with their family. January 1st, boom, straight up. That's insane. New Year's, everyone's like, let's go buy Pepe. It just pretty much erased. What did it erase? It erased 2 months of downside in 3 days. That's what I mean. Like, how many people held Pepe and they held it and they're like, oh my gosh, this sucks. This is miserable. And then they sold down here. They're like, whatever. And then boom, all of that 2 months of misery is gone within 48 hours. That is why you need to chill. When you get really emotional, really worked up, it goes up a lot faster than it goes down. It takes a long time to go down. It doesn't take nearly as long to go up. It's crazy. That volume spike is huge. So we got above 457 and 590. We are gunning for 900 next. So we got some new price action though. So there's definitely going to be probably some resistance around, I'm going to call it 75. Based on this, we got a little support and then resistance right here. This support actually is acting as support right here as well. So I'll put that on the chart too. I'll go with 66 sure. Nothing else really as far as price action. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, you're at 69. Nice. See if you can get to 75 next. You are overbought on the 4-hour time frame, so be careful. Not necessarily bearish div. I guess you got bearish div right there for sure. But that bearish div. See what's nice about, I don't remember it. I've kind of thrown out the concept of hidden or regular divergence because you just have to point it out and you can figure out what it is. This right here, whatever type of bearish div this is, shows you that eventually you're going to get a rejection right here, but the price is going to continue to go up, whereas the RSI continues to go down. That's basically all you need to know. So let's see if you can get above 75. You do want that RSI to cool off, which it is in the process of doing. You got a confirmed red dot on market cipher right here. So you do want to be careful because that could result in some downside. It might have played out already with these 3 red candles, but you never know. Exercise caution. You got a green dot on the momentum wave at the moment, and money flow is positive, so number go up is entirely possible. 2Fix said, shows you how much money's sitting on the sidelines. Okay, hold on. Let me read this. Derek said, don't bonk my Pepe or I'll shib on your fart coin. That's got to be a shirt, dude. That's great. Two fixed set shows you how much money sent on the side. Oh, absolutely. Especially with like global M2 increasing so much, the sideline money is just a ridiculously large pile of cash at this point. John Tujo said, "Yo, what's going on, John? Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's go take a look at what else am I looking at? SHIB. Not a big SHIB guy myself. Not for any particular reason. I'm just not as familiar with it. It's like the third generation meme coin. Okay, so you got clear resistance here, and that's literally based on this. You got support, 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 break, resistance, resistance, resistance again, and you're trying for it right now. Looking like you're going to break through it. Let me put these lines on here as well. You're going to have some semblance of support there and there. Those are kind of psychological. You pretty much got 8 right here and 7 right here. Right now you're battling with 937. Big wick, indicative of some selling pressure. A lot of volume in that candle too. Wow. You got positive money flow since January 1st. You are overbought on the 4-hour time frame, so exercise caution. You do also have that bearish div, the same that we just saw. Nope, I lied. Forget I said that. I don't know. So if you do reject here, I would look for a full retrace down to 8. Otherwise, you might have like an interim support right here at like 850, 860. Strictly based on this bounce right there. You got a green dot in your momentum wave point to the upside. Yeah, you're kind of just in a little range right now, a little baby range. John Gregory said XCN popped off again. Yeah, we were just looking at that. XCN. Yeah. Yep. Very nice. So from your bottom, you are up 78%. Very nice. Yeah, it's huge. This is my issue, though. Like, how many people bought back here? But you do take the win, for sure. It's a great win. Volume's increasing. You want to make sure you keep this up. So far, it looks like a more sustainable move than back here. So you want to see this continue to increase. And if it doesn't, as long as the price keeps going up, you're good. You are incredibly overbought right now, though, so be careful. Could become overheated. What's really nice is you kind of got your signal right at the Pico bottom right here, that green dot on Market Cipher. Perfect signal for that upside. If you would have bought back there, you would currently be up 106%. Whew, that's awesome. So congratulations to the people with balls bigger than me. HBAR is another ETF that somehow got launched or went live during the government shutdown, oddly enough. From the Pico low, you are up 23%. Volume steadily increasing, which is exactly what you want to see. You got confirmed red dot on Market Cipher back here where that red candle happened. Okay, so that played out already. I really like the volume increase. Let's see if we can get above 14 next. It's going to be a big one. Pattern's kind of ugly. You know what would be really crazy is if we ended up doing an inverse head and shoulder kind of thing. That would be a big inverse head and shoulder too. So your target would probably be like 20 cents. Pretty cool. That's already 100% move right now, essentially. You are overbought, so be careful. SWE is kind of the golden child of the day. Currently from this bounce right here, you are up 40% for the day since the daily close, which is less than an hour or just over an hour ago. Is up 2.77% on the day. Currently trading at $1.95. Can you get above $2? You got bounce, 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 break, bounce, continuation. That is pretty awesome. You had this big falling wedge. And this is what I talked about before, the fake out to the downside. This is an okay example of it. You get your fake out to the downside, your break back in, rejection, support, break, retest, if you want to call it that, and then it just goes up from there. And we've also seen it where it does this sideways chop thing first, and then it continues to the upside later. I don't know if that really count that as a wedge break or not. It's a descending price and then a chop accumulation and then a pop to the upside, which is what we like. We like that. Volume looks great. RSI incredibly overbought, so exercise caution. Green dot on the momentum wave point to the upside. We know Swede doesn't really care about rules or TA, so it might literally just go up to like, I don't know, $3. Who knows? Ondo, back above 45. Very nice. What is our next stop for Ondo in this scenario? Probably, for sure 50. 50 is going to be a big psychological one. And then I also like 52 based on this resistance right here and this support. So let's get above 50 next for Ondo, and then we'll start talking. Maybe you can get into 50 and 52, accumulate, and then use that with momentum to break above 60. Aerodrome, having a little fun day today. Currently at 60 cents, which is great. We want to see it above 60. RSI cooling off. That's exactly what we want to see as well. Red dot on the momentum wave, point to the downside. Volume steadily increasing. Is this, so I'm looking at SWE with the blow up and then the linger and then the support and continuation. Is Arrow gonna do something similar? Blow up, linger, support, and continuation. And if it does, is that gonna give it enough momentum to get above 75? That would be awesome. I'll keep an eye on it. We got a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher, which I think has been invalidated because it's sitting above that location at the moment. I would like to see the RSI cool off a little bit, I guess. Stellar looking good, down 1.07%. Currently trading at 25.01. A close above 25 would be huge. I like that it got above 25. This did the same thing that SWE did. The blow up, support, continuation. Beautiful. It is overbought, so be careful. Positive money flow. Polkadot. Polkadot's trying. I feel bad. I feel so bad for Polkadot. Let's see Polkadot get above 225, and then actually above 245 would be a really big deal. That purple trend line was quite prominent, so let's get above that. I'm gonna skip some. Firecoin looks great. It just makes me happy. You know what? From this local low, Firecoin's up 53% already. That's awesome. Give or take 55 maybe. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. God, Firecoin makes me so happy. It's so stupid. Here we go. December 20th. Volume fell off a cliff for memes, and then you're slowly starting to reaccumulate. That's awesome. Great example. Avalanche down 0.48% on the day, currently trading at 14.39. We got a break above, so we're back above our legacy trend line. Talked about this 1,000 times. We got 17 people watching. I'll go talk about it again. So this trend line goes all the way back to Avalanche in 2020, December 2020. We got 1, 2. We are now on touch number 3. Touch number 3 actually broke through. We got a little fake out to the downside. We do not want to lose this trend line. It's huge. So we're back above it. That's a big deal. Staying above it is going to be a big deal as well. I want to see us get above $15 next. We are not overbought. We got a bunch of red dots on Market Cipher. Clearly not relevant because we're continuing to the upside. Positive money flow. RSI is not overbought, so that's huge. We do have bearish div though, but I think in order for that bearish div to solidify at the moment, we need like a solid rejection and not just like one red candle. So we'll see if that turns into anything. Volume could be better. It's been pretty consistent across the board, somewhat mediocre. Like we got a little baby spike here and here, but it's like hardly noticeable. Tisha said one snack green screen or maybe a snack and Ada cushions. I actually have. Did you guys see this the other day? I thought I had it up. I have. I have a snack cardboard cutout that I made, and I have my snack energy. I have a bunch of cases. I have snack props everywhere. I'm the snack guy. I also have my snack figure, which I'm very proud of. Pretty sick. I'll show them off on stream one day. They're really cool though. What the team did was freaking epic. Amazing job. And they're coming out with more, not SNEC figures, the actual like SNEC team. That is like a SNEC IP scenario. SNEC itself is coming out with their own like collectible toy thing, which I'm pretty stoked about. If they did cards, dude, it would be game over. That'd be so sick. All right. That Pulse player wants to take a look at Ray. Let me finish going through Link first. Chainlink looks really good. We got our break above 1239 and 1268, and then our rejection midpoint bounce at 13 broke through. Kind of, I guess we got a bunch of support right here. Currently sitting at 1381, having trouble getting above 14, so that's going to be a big deal. Let me check something really quick. Okay. So yeah, let's see if we can get to 1441. Otherwise, I suppose I would look for a retrace down to 1339. Use that as support. Volume looks good. RSI is overbought on the 4-hour time frame. We got confirmed red dots on market cipher. I want to see something. Ooh, okay. This actually invalidates the concept of bearish div right now because the RSI is higher high with the price. So that's awesome. So yeah, let's see what happens. We got a current red candle, but that can change very quickly. We do seem incredibly bullish on these altcoins, which I'm excited for. So take a look at Ray. USD, is it T? I don't remember how I normally look at this. Whoa! There's a chart, though, that I have stuff on. Not Gate. Well, clearly Gate has low liquidity. Jeez. Okay, it depends on where you look at it. What? Hello? Oh my gosh. What are some of these charts? Oh my gosh. Is it USD? Which one is it? I can't figure it out. Oh. Okay, maybe it's on Dex Screener. Link bullish? I thought Link would be $100 already. Okay, here we go. 51%. Woo! Dang! Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. The trend line held. Let's go. The trend line held. That's exactly what we're looking for, guys. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. Zoom in here. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful legacy trend line hold. If you would have bought that trend line touch, or even just above it, let's say you got in right here. Let's say you're like, oh, right here, you think it's bullish, it's breaking out. Oh my gosh. And then you bought it on Christmas Eve, and you just held it. You're like, whatever, I'm just going to hold. You bought it, and you are currently up 72%. Woo! That's pretty sick. Congratulations. Today it's up 51.48%. You got some big fat candles, a ton of volume. That's beautiful. You love to see it. This thing is probably actually going to go on to create another big fat monster triangle like it's been doing. Pretty consistent across the board, and it increases every time. Dang. That's awesome. Let's go. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. I'm living vicariously through you guys. You guys make killer trades. I will feel accomplished. Very cool. All right. Awesome. You know what, too? What's really cool is it's taking a longer time each time as well. So maybe this one's going to go, whoa. So you're looking at August with a total return, not financial advice, of approximately, not financial advice, 1,000%. If that happens. That's a big, this is a fantasy right now. I'm literally making this up. So calm down. It's going to be okay. Looks great, though. That's exciting. Chainlink 1380. We looked at that. Very cool. Monad. Monad is actually down 2.58% on the day. We're getting a little curl, little keel over, if you will. We get that. That's a recurring theme. Let's see if this is going to happen again. Is it going to be... Bam. Did I point this out already? Am I crazy? That would perfectly retest 26. I feel like I did this. Pin that chart so you remember. Can I do that? Is that a thing? Oh, I'm not going to be able to remember because I was looking up the other one on freaking TradingView like an idiot. I did this. I built a whole watch list and it disappeared. It ruined my life. I guess I should have started rebuilding it. I guess it's probably time. I don't even know what happened though. Just was gone one day. Made me so sad, bro. Okay. Yeah, Monad looks awesome. Let's see if we end up getting this retrace and touching 26 and using that support to blast off, hopefully above 32. RSI looks great. You do got a red dot on Market Cipher, pretty much at the Pico top. So it's curling over from that. Fulfilling the prophecy, your momentum wave is crossing to the downside. And your RSI is about to hit 50. See if it bounces or if it continues to the downside. Our money flow just flipped negative. So see if that continues. Pengu. Pengu's up 1.22% on the day. Pengu from the Pico lows up 52% as well. Hell yeah. We like Pengu. We're very, very big supporters of Pengu. I love what they're building. Anyone that is building a product or a brand and they're actually like doing the job instead of being like, this is what we want to do, and then a year later being like, oh, well, we don't have enough money, so we're closing our doors. Like people like Pengu, people like Snack, projects that are actually taking money that they make from revenue, from like actual income sources, and applying it to furthering the business, building a business, essentially building a revenue earning business, will have my full unconditional support. So Pengu's awesome. Silver up 0.93, 0.92 since the close. It is getting above 77. So the first move, false move, might not apply to precious metals. Gold. I guess, do we think silver, I'm going to do a poll actually. Let's do a poll. Do you think silver is heading to 100? 100 plus. Yes or no? Do you guys think silver is going to get to 100 and higher? Yeah, Tishu, I don't know what's going on. Chainlink, honestly, I think Chainlink is a great project. The fact that the price is pretty poo-poo is my only gripe. If I had the Chainlink people in front of me, the Chainlink army, let's say, like their most diehard wealth of knowledge holders in front of me, I would ask them, what makes you think the price is going to increase? And if they told me a bunch of stuff like, oh, well, all these projects need it, Chainlink for Oracle and all this stuff, I would ask them, do those projects, do those partners need to actually buy and own a certain amount of Chainlink in order to use those features? And I don't think that they would have an answer for me. Now, the contrarian view to that is the people partnering and utilizing the tech behind XRP don't need to buy XRP either, but XRP is still in the top 10. So that's the counter argument to my own devil's advocate, if you will. Okay, silver looks awesome. Let's go take a look at gold. Gold currently sitting at 44.59 and 9 cents. Blast into the upside. So we talked about this. Actually, I have this right here. The anomaly is obviously this little dump and pump, which actually kind of created a little inverse head and shoulder almost. A little 3 hits to the downside. Bear flag kind of thing that broke bullish. Gold takes so much more money to move than silver. So I'm wondering if it's going to be outperformed by silver from this point forward. I'm curious as to where gold is going to top. Because right now, 43.81 was our little double top back here. And that's what this green line is. Which we broke below for a brief second. And now we're back above. Are we going to go make new highs above 45.50? or like what's going on here? Our RSI is not quite overbought yet. We are getting bounces off of our moving average on the RSI, which is great. Got a green dot on the momentum wave on Market Cipher. Again, I don't know if Market Cipher really applies to gold in the same way that it can crypto. So I'm a little standoffish to utilize that. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, does Venezuela have any gold we can take too? Allegedly, they do. I don't know if we're going to take all that. I don't know. It's been a weird game of chess for sure with the Venezuela thing. Because are we taking that stuff? Is it going to be benefiting the citizens of Venezuela? Because if you really think about it, they're the real victims. Like, we can cry, oh, they took our oil, whatever, all day long. The people of Venezuela have no currency. You know what I mean? So, if we're trying to liberate them, like, if we're going to take their oil or whatever, let's give them some money. I don't know, man. It seems like a raw subject at the moment. John Tujo said XRP trying to break. Yes, it is 240. Hell yeah. That was my downside target. So I had a bounce target in October of 210, which we clearly broke below. What's cool though is I guess we got pretty significantly below it. So I'm not gonna say anything. I was gonna try to brag about that, but it got below $2, so I'm gonna shut up. I had an initial downside target of 240. Getting above that's going to be a big deal. We might need to let that RSI cool off though. What's the daily look like? Yeah, we're overbought on the daily as well. Jesus. What's cool? Like this is a descending channel, and downside stuff eventually flips into upside stuff. So it looks pretty good. I like it. There will be bearish div if we get a rejection, like big bearish div. And the bad kind. Like, let's say we reject it like 250, then I guess it depends on how far the RSI goes up. It's definitely possible. We'll keep an eye on it. If the RSI goes up substantially, then bearish div is definitely on the table. And it's the bad kind that points to the price going down further. And if that happens, you know all the bears are going to come out the woodwork and be like, see? So we'll keep an eye on it. We are above 240 officially. XRP is $2.40.96. DXY, getting a little dumperoonie. Hopefully this continues. We'll keep an eye on that as well. I like when the DXY dumps because our assets usually pump from a dumpy DXY. So, MicroStrategy, aka Big B Coffee, getting our bounce. That's exactly what we're looking for. Well, let's see if this exact same pattern plays out from before. I literally just took this big fat spike right here, this hype spike, and I put it over here. And it's exactly what we're watching right now. I don't remember if I scaled it or not. I don't think I did. Now it's the same size. So, because it's at a higher price point, the top is actually higher. So let's see if we end up hitting my $500 target, because we never got there before. Derek said, ask Grok what price we could expect XRP to hit in 2026. All right, let's do it. What price can we expect XRP price target? Can we expect XRP to hit in 2026? Crypto Spaces said, begin the super cycle. Let's go. Dude, I'm so here for it. I'm so like disgustingly not over diversified, overexposed to the market. I'm so excited. NASDAQ, beautiful recovery, looking good. Let's see if this continues. I don't know, the correlation here is really there anymore, to be honest, with the fractal. I am the fractal Farquad. I do want to recouple to that a little bit better, though, before I really make up my mind. Like, can we do one of these and hit new all-time highs before the end of the month? That'd be pretty crazy. Crypto Spaces said, any tips for falling asleep? Don't have... see, I'm a laptop guy. I think that's my big problem, or maybe my big benefit. A lot of people do the phone when they're like laying in bed or whatever. I don't do that. I've never done that. I've never been a phone guy. I have my laptop and it's next to me. I wake up and I look at the charts, which is probably something wrong with me if we're being real. But I shut it. When I want to go to bed, I shut the laptop. And I take my glasses off and I go to bed. Derek said 50 milligram THC usually does the trick. Dude, I literally, I'm such a weenie. I actually microdose edibles. If I take anything like more than 1 milligram, I'll be like I smoked in high school and then I quit. And I've been pretty consistently a non-user for like the better part of 16 years. Besides the like microdose like once every 3 or 4 weeks, if that. And I literally, we get like these little 10 milligram gummies and I like cut like a little piece off of it and I like eat it like a little hamster. And then I just chill. But if I take too much, I freak out. Which is really funny now because it's perfectly legal, but I would be like paranoid thinking I was going to get in trouble. But yeah, that might help you fall asleep for sure. S&P 500 currently up 0.64% on the day. Looking good, 69.02. Hell yeah. We do have that in the fractal, so I'm going to scoot this. Look at that. I mean, it almost perfectly lines up with what's happening. It's not rhyming like perfectly, but it's pretty damn close. Like we had in the fractal a dump, a spike, a dump, a beautiful recovery, a dump, a recovery, a chop, a spike up, like a gap up. Now, if I take this fractal and get it the heck out of here, that's pretty much what's played out. Dump, recovery, support bounce, gap up. Like, these are the same shape. You know what I mean? History does not repeat, but it often rhymes. Liquidity definitely rhymes. And I don't know if it's automatic trading bots. I don't know if it's psychological. Like, if you think about, I don't know what you guys believe. Everyone's got their own belief system. But, like, if there is some divine creator, they probably, like, created, like, a couple thousand, like, personalities. And then they just distributed those amongst all these different bodies. You know, copy-paste. Like, just go through these 1,000 and then start from the beginning again. Start at number 1, go to 1,000. Start at number 1, go to 1,000. And then we end up with this kind of stock market. Just repeating over time, slightly increasing. With each 1,000 iteration, we get more and more bullish, more and more diamond-handed. Derek said 10 milligrams, it would make my face feel warm. That's about it. Yeah, dude, the tolerance that people build blows my mind now. There's so much crazy stuff that you can get the little vape pens and stuff now that don't smell like anything. Bitcoin dominance breaking below 59%. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 58.98. Huge development in Bitcoin dominance land. Can we get below 58.5, which is where we had our bounce back here? I want a lower low, and I want this thing to fall off a cliff. Because I want our altcoins to get some semblance of an alt season. I think we deserve it. Bitcoin down 0.23 since the daily close. Let's see if we end up holding this support line or if we end up going, where are we going? If we do retrace, where do we think we're going? Because we are overbought. We broke 90. We are at 93, kind of rejecting 94 essentially right now. Are we going down to 92.5? I'm going to put this right here. 92.5, and I'm going to put JJ's initial bounce targets. So let's see if we bounce off of that, or we got the CME gap. And I don't want to be bearish, but it is 90K. We do have a CME gap at $90,000 from Friday. So exercise caution, guys. XRP looks great. Still struggling to get above 240, but it does look good. Teacher said, this is old, but puts a smile on my face. Oh. 10 Mortal Kombat secrets and Easter eggs. Okay, it's an 8-second clip. We're going to bring the headphones out. I'm going to unmute. Make sure you guys can hear it. And then I'm going to change my audio output so that I can also hear it. Okay, ready? Here we go.
The famous "Get Over Here" line was voiced by Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat.
Get over here! Yeah!
Nice. I want to go to like Comic-Con so bad, but I feel like all the good ones are not in Detroit. Motor City Comic-Con is probably sketchy as hell. Like, even if it's just a regular Comic-Con, which it might be, it's sketchy to get there. It's sketchy to park. It's sketchy to walk to the building. And there are people that like live in Detroit. They're like, it's pretty bad, bro. When you're like a white dude with a beard, it's terrifying because I'm a little bitch. You know, I grew up in the middle of nowhere. There's people walking around in the streets. All the buildings are decrepit. Freaks me out a little bit. I got followed by I definitely cut this guy off one time. And he followed me for like a half hour. I was like shitting my pants. I can drive down there now, I think. For the longest time I was scared to drive down there. But I'm pretty confident driving down there. But it's still sketchy as hell, dude. There's like people on the streets. Sketchy people, you know. My best friend frequented Detroit, and if I didn't know him and he approached me, I would be terrified. Covered in tattoos, he had cornrows. The goofiest white dude on the planet when you actually met him and like got to know him, but he was a scary looking guy. Two Fix said CME gap will fill when the government closes down at the end of the month. Ooh, that's a good point. Tom Salkscoat said, I go down to San Diego Comic-Con to just walk around downtown San Diego and people watch. It's amazing. That's awesome. Just go out of shower. I miss anything? Oh, just got out of the shower. No, not really. XRP is turning heads. Snack is cranking. Did you crank the snack? Sweet also turning heads. It's been a pretty eventful day today. Silver getting a little pumpy. Bitcoin, Bitcoin's trying to hold like 93.5, doing its thing. We got 17 people watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. That Pulse Play said, I remember eating a 500 milligram cookie. I swear I could feel sound waves. Not joking. That's awesome. I think my most like intergalactic experience with any kind of substance was spice, which was like the gas station weed. Back when it was still illegal, so like these labs would like cook up as close as possible, and it was literally just probably like bleach or something, and me and my stepbrother smoked it, and I felt like I was gone for like 3 hours. I came inside, I went upstairs, and I just laid down, and I remember laying down, and my brain like exited my body, and I just like zoomed out of the universe. And I saw everything. And it's crazy. And then I sat up and I got up and I went back downstairs. And I asked my fiance, I was like, how long was I gone? And she was like 5 minutes. And I was like, whoa. It freaked me out, dude. Never touching that stuff again. I don't even think you can get it anymore, to be honest. Tuan Lee said, it's hard to get Comic-Con tickets. Is it? Interesting. Tom Scout said, played original Mortal Kombat in arcades back in the day. Very cool. Tishu said, I played a lot of Mortal Kombat 2 in arcades back in the day. Good times. I never really got the arcade experience. I'm a little upset about that. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, can you check render, please? Yes, I can. Waterfly said, my kid plugged so many quarters into that machine, Tom. Derek said, you talking about that K2 Spice BS? Yes. Yeah. Like the early iterations of it. Tishu said, nice. I played Mortal Kombat 2 the most, Mortal Kombat 1 just a little bit. I actually played a lot of, I think it was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Okay, I said I didn't really get the arcade experience. I kind of did. Oh, it was not Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Whoa, what was it then? Hold on. It was a boxing arcade cabinet at a we had a roller rink at one point in time. And there was a arcade it was this Title Fight. Oh my god, dude, this was the coolest freaking, and you feel like you got an ab workout when you played it. It had the little handles and you literally just had to like punch, and it was so much fun. And then there was a go-kart one that was just like this too, and it was like a racetrack, and it was, dude, it was the funnest time. That roller rink, I literally like spent my entire middle school upbringing at that roller rink every single weekend. It was like really good price. They had great snacks. They had pizza and stuff. I literally could have like lived there. I was devastated when they closed down finally. Okay. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Somebody asked if we can check render. Yes, we absolutely can. Render is one of the assets. Ooh, that is on one of our lists, one of our portfolios. Beautiful volume. Look at that volume spike. Shows you liquidity, guys. Liquidity was missing from the market entirely. Like last time you had any volume like this. Like even this isn't as big. That's not the same. We are returning to November so far. Seems the closest. Or March. March was when Bitcoin, I think, was breaking all-time highs. March of 24. Interesting. So we're getting 2024 liquidity return, at least for render. 226 right now. Tisha said nice. Okay, I read that already. So from your Pico low, you are currently up 75%. Let's go. Go to the daily. You are overbought on the daily, so be careful. Don't get too carried away. 4 hour, you're incredibly overbought. 225. Now, that does not mean sell. Being overbought does not mean sell. Just exercise caution. You are going to run into some resistance here. Literally right where it rejected, actually, because of support, support, support. Break, resistance, got back above it, support, support, break, and now that's going to be resistance again. So getting above that might be a little bit of a hurdle. I don't think it'll be too bad because it's relatively recent. 230, I guess, and well, yeah, it's about 230. Get above 230. I think 250 is going to be the big one because that's psychological. So get above 250. And then you probably have no problem getting to 3. Waterfly said, is there any XRP news? Probably just the ETF stuff, honestly, Waterfly. I guess that is a good question. XRP surpasses 210. Institutional demand rises. Top performer in 2025. Yeah, I think it's just the ETFs. So the main ETFs right now, we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. And Bitcoin and Ethereum are both net negative, like since inception. Solana and XRP are net positive since inception. So they've consistently outperformed as far as inflows go Ethereum and Bitcoin. I don't know if that's capital rotation. I don't know. But it looks good. It looks good for them. All right, news segment. Oh, let's go read our Grok, actually. Grok price predictions. I'm not going to read all this junk that it says. Analysts conservative $2 to $4. Optimistic $5 to $8. Or extreme bullish scenarios 50 to 1,000, which is ridiculous. Global adoption don't freaking matter. Yeah, far less grounded in fundamental analysis. I guess the market cap just goes to shit. Yeah, community X bullish news 10 to 1,000. The market cap don't matter. We got Standard Chartered Bank calling for $8. Coin Codex 209 to 336. Whatever Coin DCX is, 280 to 360. FX Empire around $2. Crypto Ninjas 5 to 100. Jesus. eGrag Crypto via X 320 to 27. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Well, it's going to be anywhere from $1 to $100 is my estimate. Conservative X views $5 to $10 overall. A realistic expectation might hover around $3 to $8 by the end of 2026 if positive catalysts like further ETF inflows and Ripple's partnerships materialize. But downside risks from market conditions or delays could keep it closer to $2. These are not guarantees. Crypto markets are unpredictable, and past performance doesn't indicate future results. Tom Stocks Code said $1,000 extra being rocked too much. It's just pointing out the facts. People are calling for him $1,000, and he specifically said that that is less grounded in fundamental analysis. News segment. We get a lot of news today. President Trump threatens to raise tariffs on India if they don't stop buying Russian oil. President Trump says U.S. needs total access to oil and other things in Venezuela. Chinese oil stocks fall on fears that U.S. capture of Nicolas Maduro could disrupt China's oil access. Bank of America officially begins recommending that clients invest up to 4% of their portfolio in Bitcoin and crypto. That one's huge. I'm going to reread that one. Bank of America officially begins recommending that clients invest up to 4% of their portfolio in Bitcoin and crypto. That is huge news. Japan's Minister of Finance says she supports integrating crypto into the financial system. That's awesome. Michael Saylor strategy buys 1,286 Bitcoin worth $116 million. President Trump says the United States has taken in over $600 billion in tariffs. U.S. oil stocks rise following the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Chevron 5.4%, ExxonMobil 2.23%, ConocoPhillips 3%. I think that has gone up substantially since then. It's like double digits. Eric Trump says in just 4 months, we built one of the fastest growing and strongest Bitcoin companies on earth. Trump administration to meet with top U.S. oil executives this week to discuss reviving Venezuela's energy sector. $110 million worth of Bitcoin shorts liquidated in the past 60 minutes. Senator Elizabeth Warren calls to ban Congress from trading stocks. That's never going to happen, but I am glad to see both sides coming in on this. It's a bipartisan issue. I like it. But I'm not a fan of Elizabeth Warren. I'm sorry. That anti-crypto rhetoric is, kicker in the can. Polymarket announces plans to launch real estate prediction markets, allowing users to predict future home prices. That's kind of crazy. Are they going to just go straight off of Zillow listings? Do you think this house is going to sell this week? Are they going to update the price this week or no changes? Waterfly said just wait till Trump nationalizes strategy. I'm not sure what that means. XRP rises 11%, reclaiming $140 billion market cap. Crazy. U.S. government could seize Venezuelan Bitcoin and crypto reserves, according to CNBC. Marty Party posted a stablecoin mint 15 minutes ago, another 500 million USDC on Solana, 200 million on Ethereum, and 200 million on Tron. I'm sorry, I almost said Tornado. It says Tron DAO. Very deceptive. Trump's Monroe Doctrine revival playing out, pushing out China, Russia, and Iran from the Western Hemisphere and prioritizing U.S. energy dominance. Bitcoin Wyckoff accumulation January 5th. So we know that he has scooted this around, but it is playing out very nicely. It does call for a top, though. So we'll see if we end up going down and getting a lower low. I think that would be very detrimental to the market at the moment. But who knows, man? Who knows? Tom Saltzcoat said, shit's turning into the movie Rat Race where they would literally bet on anything. That's such a good movie. Rat Race is such a good movie. Oil prices fall 1% and natural gas prices fall 4% as a U.S. futures market opened for the first time since President Maduro was captured. Energy prices are dropping amid major escalation in geopolitical tensions. This should tell you all you need to know. There it is. Natural gas prices down nearly 6%, or are now down 6% in just 15 minutes after the futures open for the first time since Maduro was captured. And oil prices are back below $57 a barrel and nearing their lowest levels since 2021. In just about all major escalations of geopolitical tensions with oil producing countries, energy prices typically rise. Why is it different this time? Because the U.S. taking control of Venezuela is set to bring more oil and natural gas supply to the market. The market knows that this weekend's events will ultimately result in the opposite of a supply disruption. The market is never wrong. Tom Selleck said, please, no, sir, me familiar. Crypto Spaces said, tips on how to get any girl you want, especially super hot ones. You just have to find super hot girls that are willing to date you. And if you are yourself, then, and you're out in public where there's super hot girls all the time, eventually you'll find one. I feel like my advice is so outdated because I'm like marrying my high school sweetheart. So communication is a big thing. Don't try too hard, but do try. And I don't know, don't be a misogynist unless she's into that. Tishu said, with the AI, will the AI bubble pop? Is it a bubble? I don't know. What if I said money? Tom Selleck said make lots of money, like lots of money. Yeah. Okay. We've got Bitcoin surges toward $93,000 as 75 million worth of leveraged shorts are liquidated in 60 minutes. Bitcoin is now up nearly $5,000 since its low on Friday night after the U.S. began strikes on Venezuela. Cool. U.S. oil stocks react to Venezuela. Chevron up 11%, Valero up 11%, ConocoPhillips up 10, Marathon 10, Exxon 7, Phillips 66 up 6, Occidental Petroleum, that's an awful name, up 4%, EOG Resources up 4%, Devon Energy up 4%, Kinder Morgan up 3%. These stocks have now added $100 billion in market cap on the news President Maduro being captured by the U.S. U.S. big oil has won again. Palantir. Was Palantir involved? Palantir stock is up nearly 5% in overnight trading in its initial reaction to this weekend's events in Venezuela. The market is buying Palantir after a seamless U.S. mission to capture Maduro. Markets think Palantir was heavily involved. That is actually pretty sick. Copper prices extend gains to hit a new record high, now up 4.5% on the day. Honestly, if copper like exponentially grows, that'd be pretty cool because I have a considerably large amount of copper. Gold futures extend gains 3% on the day, now above $44.50 an ounce. Asset owners keep on winning. January is one of the strongest months of the year for stocks since 1928. The S&P 500 has risen 62.2% of the time in January, the third highest win rate of any month. Over this period, only 37 of the last 97 years have posted negative returns in the first month of a year. As a result, January has brought an average return of 1.2%, the fourth strongest among any month. Furthermore, when the S&P 500 ends January higher, the index has delivered a median full-year gain of 11.8%, with positive returns nearly 80% of the time. When January's gain exceeds 5%, the index has rallied 16%. The year is setting up for a strong start. Hell yeah. Copper prices are skyrocketing. Copper prices in London rallied 4% to $13,000 per ton today, marking a new record high. Prices already surged 42% in 2025, posting their best annual performance since 2009. This comes as concerns around U.S. import tariff have led traders to aggressively ramp up metal shipments to the U.S. U.S. exchange-tracked inventories are now hitting a multi-year highs. The global copper market is estimated to face a shortage of over 100,000 tons in 2026. Copper prices are on fire. TNT Media said silver is busting loose. Let's go take a look. Silver up 1.6%. Yeah, it's above 77. 77 was that resistance line I was looking at. Got a nice little wedge that it's breaking out of too. Looks good. Breaking, the U.S. Department of Energy announces $2.7 billion in funding to strengthen American uranium enrichment. The U.S. is awarding $900 million each to Centrus Energy and 2 other nuclear fuel makers. As expected, nuclear energy is becoming even more important. We have to build a nuclear energy portfolio. I keep putting it off. We're probably going to do that before Sunday, I think. We're going to build a energy portfolio because with all of this AI data center nonsense, we're going to need more energy. Before the bubble can pop, if it is a bubble, which I don't know if it is, but before it can pop, they're going to need to build out all this infrastructure because it's been bought and paid for. U.S. imports from Southeast Asia are surging despite tariffs. U.S. imports from Southeast Asia rose 25% year over year in Q3 2025 to a record $40 billion on a 3-month rolling average basis, according to U.S. Census Bureau. Vietnam led the surge, with imports rising to $18 billion, an all-time high. This is despite U.S. tariffs, which were initially set to 49% but later negotiated down to 20%. At the same time, Chinese exports to the U.S. plunged 40% year over year in Q3 2025. This comes as the region has a massive cost advantage over U.S. and European manufacturing, which ranges from 20% to 100% even after tariffs. Companies using Southeast Asian economies as alternative export bases to avoid China's 37% reciprocal tariff. As a result, the amount of trade rerouting from China hit a record $23.7 billion in September. U.S. trade flows are shifting sharply amid tariffs. Top Stock Quote said nuclear and drones. LEU is a big one for me. AVAV for drones. Gourmet Brand said I bought some Oklo today on the opening. Billy said, yo, what's going on, Billy? Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Global Assets recorded a historic 2025. Global stocks, commodities, government bonds, and credit posted a 50.7% combined return in 2025, the highest since 2009. This comes as MSCI All Country World Index returned 22.3%, the best year since 2019. This was followed by an 11.1% gain in the Bloomberg Commodity Index, its strongest performance since the 27.1% rally in 2021. Furthermore, the Bloomberg Global Aggregate Credit Total Return Index, that is such a mouthful. They need to change that. Rallied, where did I go? 10.5%, while the Bloomberg Global Ag Treasuries Total Return Index gained 6.8%. This marks the first year since 2019 when world stocks, bonds, credit, and commodities all finished the year positive. Asset owners are winning. Silver still doing its thing, 77.72, looking good. Go back to Bitcoin, chilling. Bitcoin getting a little bit dumpy here. Billy said, hey everyone, Tom Doodle, Gourmet, JJ, Crypto. What's going on, guys? Breaking, Venezuela's Caracas Stock Exchange ends the day nearly 17% higher as markets react to the U.S. capturing President Maduro. Very cool. Alert, Zach XBT, this is a PSA. Flags a ledger data breach linked to global impacting customer names and contact info. So be careful out there, guys. Customer names, contact info, ledger, big issue. I believe it's a third-party thing. Like it was not ledger specifically. Like it was ledger info from a third-party app. But just be careful. BitKit has launched its TradFi platform to all users, enabling USDT settled trading across Forex, metals, indices, and commodities. Crypto 101, is Bitcoin mining bad for the environment? Data shows many energy use myths fall apart, with over 50% of mining now powered by sustainable energy. Very cool. Trump-backed American Bitcoin boosts reserves to 5,427 Bitcoin, achieving a 105% Bitcoin yield since September 2025. CME Group Crypto Futures ADV hit a record 278,000 contracts in 2025, up 139% year over year, with around $12 billion in daily notional value. Very cool. Philly said, oh, about Venezuela, I knew it. The left is going nuts. People are seriously against Maduro's capture. Solana meme coin launchpads see their strongest activity in 3 months across key metrics. This is a big deal for liquidity returning to the market. October, November, and December were pretty bad. December was a little bit better than October and November. Bullish 2x Dogecoin ETF is among the best performing ETFs to start 2026 per senior ETF analyst Eric Balchunas. Will crypto continue leading ETFs? That is a great question. I do not know. Bitmine Immersion's ETH holdings reached 4.11 million, 3.4% of the total supply. Crypto Spaces said, Philly, when you say doodle, are you talking about the Doodles project? Grayscale Investments Ethereum staking ETF distributes pretty much 8 cents per share. Now the first U.S. spot crypto ETP to pass staking rewards to investors. That's actually pretty cool. I actually thoroughly enjoyed the Doodle NFT project, if that's what you're talking about, Crypto Spaces. When it came out, didn't they have their own cereal and stuff? They like did a lot. Update: USDC activity surges on Arbitrum, with quarterly transfer volume jumping 80% year over year per token terminal. I've heard a lot about Arbitrum, so I think that's definitely a sleeper project to keep an eye on. Sleeper L1. I think that they're going to surprise a lot of people. Polygon hits a new high with $1.4 billion plus transactions processed in 2025, showcasing adoption at scale. The problem is the price looks like crap, and you can't even look it up anymore. I don't even know how to look it up. They changed the name so many damn times. This thing is 12 cents. Come on. Yeah, you can't even track the data anymore. It was 75 after they changed the name for the 4th time. It's ridiculous. Philly said, yes, there's a NFT project called Doodles, Philly. It's really cool, actually. I like the art. Okay. OpenAI reportedly leads all major tech firms in pre-IPO stock-based compensation, paying an average of $1.5 million per employee. That's crazy. Sam Altman is a funny-looking dude. Pengu is doing great, actually. Willy Woo says Bitcoin could see a short-term pump in January. I like that he says that after it's pumping already. As liquidity forms a local bottom, but warns on-chain activity still looks macro cycle bearish. Okay. A Bitcoin OG is back in profit on his long positions, posting nearly 12 million in gains over the last 24 hours. JJ Poly is 100% one of the tokens that isn't coming back. I don't know if that's true, Philly, because Polymarket's huge. I don't know if it's going to come back as good as it was before. I don't know how much their supply has increased, but it's going to be interesting to see what the top 10 looks like in a couple of years. Jupiter has launched Jupe USD, a reserve-backed stablecoin pegged to the US dollar and built to support the next phase of on-chain finance. Very cool. That's what I mean when people are like, should I buy Circle and all this other stuff? I'm like, well, I don't know if they're going to dominate the stablecoin space. I think everyone's just going to come up with their own stablecoins. There's going to be like a stablecoin aggregator. Like if you have like $50,000 in your bank account and stablecoins reach the level of adoption I think they're going to reach, you might have like 10K in Jupe USD, 10 in Circle, 10 in Tether, and then 20 in what's the other one called? I don't remember. the Trump one, you know? Who knows? Who knows? Update: whales holding 10 to 10,000 Bitcoin have accumulated over 56,000 Bitcoin since December 17th, while small retail wallets are taking profit, a setup that historically signals a bullish divergence and higher odds of continued crypto market growth. Derek said, don't get juped. That's their marketing catchphrase. Is it really? That's actually awesome. Stock Money Lizards posted altcoins. Another perfect example of why so many fail in the space. The bleeding is slow, painful, and capitulation happens at last, and many are relieved when they do not have to look at their bags anymore. What goes down for 1.5 months, this is what I was talking about, just an example, often longer and more painful, is reversed within 5 trading days. 5 days. Many are looking for confirmation or wanting to wait until super trend or whatever flips green just to buy a local top again. You have to anticipate, work with limit orders, buy the drops. Nothing ever goes to zero. That's not true. Just look at the charts. You'll see, not talking about rugs or obvious scams, not financial advice, do your own research. I agree. It does. It takes a long time to dump, and it's really, really, really quickly recovered almost every single time. 90% chance Bitcoin reclaims 100K according to Kalshi, which is kind of crazy. Next 6 months will be life-changing. Altcoins will explode. Hell yeah. I like that. Altcoin season officially confirmed. Altcoins are ready to easily 20 to 30x from here. I'll be excited when it happens. I'm not gonna sit here and say these people are wrong. Chinese households now have available cash totaling 160 trillion yuan, the equivalent of more than 22 trillion USD. Wow. China's wall of cash could prop up its lagging stocks. Local banks stand to benefit most from the country's large pool of savings. That's crazy. That's a lot of savings, man. Breaking, Campbell's soup falls to its lowest price since 2009. So we are in post 2008 levels for Campbell's soup. Tesla, 7-day losing streak equaling the longest in history, has come to an end. It's crazy. Crypto Spaces said, can we look at Russell, Brian Armstrong dog? Yes, we can. Thank you for specifying. I was totally no joke. Gonna look up the Russell 2000 again. Russell, 47.95% on the day. Whoa, 70% candle. Wow, that's crazy. Tisha said we get a little pop and people start calling for alt season every single time. Of course. I mean, that's how you get the views too, though. This is what it is, Tisha. Every time. Little pop. It's alt season every single time. Oh. Like clockwork, man. Does not fail. Okay. I want to see this sustain. I do. Because, well, I mean, it's overbought, so be careful. What's crazy is it did not take that much volume. Look at how much volume this one took. This one did not take a lot, which means people aren't selling, which is kind of crazy. The buyers outweigh the sellers quite significantly. Buy volume obviously higher. Liquidity looks... liquidity still blows my mind. Wow, that is a straight line. Wow. Yeah, looks great. Let's see if it can sustain it, because it gets random spikes. Yeah, let's get to 20. Let's get to 2 cents, and then we'll start talking about a party. It's pretty significant. It's like what, 110, 120% to get the 2 cents. Oh, 2,000. What math was I doing? Oh, that's 20 cents. Wow. 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 I don't know what I'm doing, man. I think I'm tired. I need food. Okay. Yeah, 140%. I knew my math wasn't that bad. I was like, geez. Okay. So, yeah. I don't know. Let's see it sustain this move. Looks good, though. I think alt season never come back. Maybe. Only a set number of coins go up now. Gourmet Brand said, what about his cat Toshi? Is that a thing? Wow. Toshi. 7.74%, 2 years old. This is a 2-year-old coin. Base has been around for 2 years. Am I crazy? Wow. Wow. That's actually pretty sick. I mean, it does look pretty bottomed. Might fly, dude. I love the art, dude. If you got good art, that's all I need to see. I'm such a simpleton. I see like a pretty picture, like a stupid, cute little circle with like butt cheeks and a little dumb little like Lego man smile. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna buy this, and then I get rugged every time, man. Derek said, I don't care about people's pets. That's fucked up, Derek. That's so messed up. For the first time in history, the S&P 500 has gone 3 consecutive years without a Santa rally. Santa has abandoned us. That's because we've been bad. We've been bad for 3 years, guys. And last but not least, we've got aluminum soars to highest price since 2022. I want to make a video. I want to make a video about me like seeing this and then going, and then like running out the door and going to the store and like buying all of the aluminum foil. I think that'd be funny. Bitcoin looks like it might want to try to hold this yellow line. That'd be pretty crazy. We'll see what happens. We're chilling though. Snag is up 7.19% on the day. SWI is up 2.51% on the day. What else do we got? Anything else? CAS is up 1%. Looking good. Pengu's up 2.4%. Also looking good. Silver. Ooh, silver 77.89. Currently up 1.74%. Interesting. Crypto Spaces said, thanks for looking. Absolutely. How would all alts pump? Too many coins? Am I missing something? Dominance. Oh, come on. I really want this to close below 59. Total 3 looks great. Let's go take a look at Total 2. Crypto Spaces said, I just think the coins that do go up extremely high. Oh, look at this. That's like when when Gandalf shows up. At the first light on the 5th day, look to the east. At dawn. Look at this bad boy. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys, I think we're in for a fun time. If this fractal plays out. And then total crypto market cap. This one would be pretty crazy if it played out like that. You know how crazy that would be if I end up being right about that stupid... What did I even take? I think I literally took this. No, actually, I took the previous one. Interesting. So, we pointed this out. I'm going to point it out every single day because I want as many people as possible to see it. Before, we had like a 2-month pump and a 9-month bleed. And then we had a 5-month pump and a 5-month bleed. And then we had a 9-month pump and a 2-month bleed. Now we're probably about to get a, I don't know, maybe a 12-month pump. Maybe just a 5-month pump. I don't know. Over 105K for your cycle is broken. Interesting. I feel like it's broken anyways because the post having year closed negative for Bitcoin. So, I don't know. Always an if. I mean, it's always going to be an if. An if, a when, a maybe. That's why we diversify. It's going to be JJ's diversification corner. Nobody would watch that. Nobody even knows what it's about. They're like, what is he talking about? I'm just like talking about everything is diversified. What you eat, what you do. Diversify your income. Don't keep one job. Get a job. Work there for a week. Quit. Go get another job. Diversify. People still think this is relief rally. If we get rejected and go back down, it's bear market. See, the problem though is if we are going up properly, then we're going to need to retrace regardless, and people are going to think it's a bear market regardless. So it's going to be tricky until we have like solid evidence of either case. All right. Portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio down 451, 45.1%. Best performer Solana only down 18. Worst performer Aptos down 68. Then we've got the meme coin portfolio down 504, 50.4%. Best performer Pepe down 56, I'm sorry. No, it is 54. Worst performer GigaChad down 161. Yeah. Right? Yeah, 161. And then we've got the narrative portfolio, my favorite, and the best performer maybe down 169, 159. Or 31.8%. Best performer is Pepe, only down 53 cents actually, 0.53%. Worst performer, VeChain down 54. And last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio down 375, 37.5%. Best performer, Chainlink, only down 9. Worst performer, Avalanche, down 59. Very nice. Yeah, Render definitely climbed the ranks here pretty quick with his performance today, which is awesome. Portfolios are not looking too bad right now, especially the narrative portfolio. We went from down 50 to 30. It's a pretty good win. Pretty good win. All right, Philly wants to look at ESIM on KuCoin. Crypto Spaces said, which is why even having exposure to market now is a risk. Yeah. I mean, it's always going to be a risk. Tisha said, but it's true. There is no sure thing, especially in the most volatile market. There is no solid evidence. Even when it's a bear market, you won't know until after you're actually in one. Right. It's definitely a gamble. Definitely a gamble. 2025 sure felt like a bear. I agree. 100% agree. People called me crazy when I said that. Especially in January, everyone was like, what are you talking about? Look at Bitcoin. What an idiot. And now here we are. Like 50% of crypto Twitter thinks that 2025 was bear market. ESIM on KuCoin. Depensum? There's no chart. There's no chart here, Philly. Help me. Number 831. Okay, so this just went live today. It just went live today. Total supply 1 billion, fully diluted. It's a $125 million market cap. It looks like it's on Binance. Looks like it launched on BNB maybe. Total holders 3,350. That's actually a good distribution. Here's the problem, Philly. The top 10 holders own 98.94% of the circulating supply. Big no-no. That's not to say it's not going to go up, but that distribution is god-awful. Blockchain Brew said silver will be 150 sometime this year. Smash that like, hit that subscribe bell. Appreciate you guys. Guys, go check out Blockchain Brew. They're probably going live actually pretty soon here. Yeah, Philly. I don't like that distribution. I'm hoping that's a bug or something. Or maybe they're not fully reported yet. Look at Bitcoin go. 93,788 even. Absolutely beautiful. Doge flipping green. We're maybe about to be green here. Look at silver. 78.45. Woo. Pengu's up 2.99%. 1.3 cents. What else do we got? We got SWI up 2.78%, 195.27. Are we going to get above $2? Maybe. XRP's up 2.19%. Shredding to the upside. Slowly chipping away at 240. Stack is up 6.42%. 1/10 of a penny. ADA's up 1%. Trying. Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol. Sol's up 0.1, chilling at 138. I want to see Sol above 140, and I want to see ETH above 32.5. That's what I want to see. Monad still taking a breather. I really hope Strategy bottomed out right there, at least for their sake, or for the holders' sake. I don't know why anyone would buy that, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's go take a look at others' dominance. It's been a while since we took a look at others' dominance. Okay. It's been a long time since we looked at this. Wow. Okay, so we had support in July of 2025. We kind of broke up, did a little double top action, and now are kind of completing a double bottom, maybe? Distribution, it seems. Let me see. That's clearly a trend right there. I don't know. Does this feed into my theory? No, that's still... See, it looks like it might be just now reversing. We've got this trend line, which I'm assuming is a very old trend line. Yeah, this goes all the way back to 2015. Wow. Okay, hold on, though. Hold on. Hold on. There's only 2 points of confluence, so technically I could just do this. But I won't do that. I'll leave it where it was. Zoom in a little bit here. Do I want to... No, line it up with that. That's just going to go way the heck up there. So we technically don't have an established uptrend on total, or on others dominance. Interesting. We can look at our bottoming patterns, I suppose. None of them really look the same. I mean, it's perfectly conflating with 7.24 with this point and our initial point way the heck down there being our 2 points of confluence. Let's get zoomed back in, go to the daily. Yeah, we're having trouble getting above that 7.25. I like that we're above 7 though. I want to see us above 8. I think that'd be ideal. We got that small range between 8 and 8.3. Look at the volume, dude. There's almost no volume right there. That's crazy. What is that actually measuring, though? It does look like it gets pretty bad before it pops off. Silver is mosing. 2.95%. Ooh. About to break that local high. 78.77. Very nice. Yes. So what we'll need to do, not that this will really make a big difference anyways, but what I want to see is a continued uptrend. So the RSI prints higher than, what is that, 85.85? That way that can illegitimize any potential bearish divergence. Invalidate any potential bearish divergence. That is what I would like to see. Let me take a look at copper. I haven't looked at copper at all. Nice. Has it fully recovered? Yes, it has. Look at that. Let's go. We fully recovered the tariff dump on copper. Palladium also beautiful uptrend. That pulse plays that Ray has small buys nonstop right now. Wonder if exchanges are buying it. Usually nonstop small buys are market makers. Like somebody will set a arbitrage bot to buy and sell. That way the volume, your trading volume, your daily trading volume stays high. Because people don't want to trade. Like if something's got like less than 10K trading volume, the big players probably aren't going to step in and trade it. If you got 500K and you have a bot that guarantees you like 200K, then you're good to go. And you only have to give the bot like $100, and it just trades nonstop all day, pennies on the dollar, until it's down. And you know, you probably lose that $100 at the end of it, but $100 for, you know, 200K a day in trading volume is nothing. They don't seem very uniform though. Interesting. I don't know. They're all different addresses as well. Palladium. Gourmet Brand said the other's volume looks like Adam Eve pattern. TNT said XRP looking juicy. XRP does look good right now. Ooh. I definitely see the double bottom here that we pointed out earlier. Volume definitely doing something. It just definitely seems to fall right before a big spike. Which makes sense. You wouldn't be able to have a big spike if it was just up all the time. I don't know. This one's the most interesting to me. This inverse Mothman seems to be recurring in so many charts. XRP 1.9%. Yeah. Gosh, that volume looks so good. It like makes me smile when I see that volume spike like that. Oh man. All right, boys and girls. I'm going to end the poll at 69%. Yes, 69% of you said you do think silver is heading to over $100. Pretty crazy. Guys, this is where I'm going to love and leave you. Bitcoin currently trading at 93,757. Hopefully it just keeps going up. Hopefully it breaks 100K and it makes all the bears poop their pants. What if it just happened? Like, what if we're all sleeping and then we wake up because our phones are going nonstop and it's like Bitcoin smashes 150K overnight. Most people are sleeping, waking up, shitting their pants. If that happens, I will go live, potentially with shit in my pants. But until then, I'm going to go get some food. As always, guys, when Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Join the Discord. Links in the description. It's completely free. It's a ton of fun. A lot of good people in there. And it's a cool hangout space. If we get enough people, if we get enough daily arrivals in the Discord, we can create like our own little community. Get a little like cult action going maybe if we want. I don't know. Maybe we can plan. What would be really cool, what my like long-term goal for the channel is to establish enough of a community to rent like a sick Airbnb and just do like a badass meet like weekend where we all just like party, play pool. We can go to Dollywood or something. Something fun. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you for being here. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Monday and good night.